Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez slotted it off.
Just outside of the outstretched leg of Cervantes, not in a bad position. Blocked a little bit by him.
I mean, he's going to be the best pivot. Best pivot in the league. Yeah. You know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Hector Fernandez, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivos that we have in the league.
Yeah. Differ slightly. In fact, in all likelihood, it will differ slightly as we're controlling it here from our studio. But we're ticking down to the final moments. Shoreline City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's sealing off Hasevic's toe poke, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just prevent anything. Even if he gets pulled down, still gets the shot off. Wow. What just an intelligent play from Mendez to understand his body positioning and placement.
Them having bad mistakes that give up goals. So essentially, as a game as a whole, you're playing down already to sometimes 3 goals. So here is possibly the biggest news for Lansing City in the offseason. Potentially. One of the biggest struggles is at the goalkeeper position.
Yeah.
And who is rostered for Lansing City this year?
Joshua Pierce.
Josh Pierce. But what does that do for this Lansing City team?
I mean, I think he does a lot, right? He's a fantastic shot stopper, so right away he's really solid. Seeing Riley McKenzie out there for the first game action of the FCS season for him.
Nice 1-2, some space on the far side. And again, Brandon Polish gets beat. Near post. And that is the one and only number 10. That put it away. Shota Takamatake. It's trouble for Innovation City early on. And Jinga have black and pink going on. Slide from Cervantes. And he sets up a second goal for Mazarigos. And it's just a 2-goal deficit.
Hey, Mazarigos is out there like, why haven't y'all talked about me tonight?
They had to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, well, here he is. And look at that. Cervantes with the assist coming up. You know, wow, great play from Cervantes.
Aldoni Mendez with the turn. He's got another chance. Little toe poke, flick, not there. Under 30 seconds to play. Give or take. A flick from Alan Lemus to Hasevic. Hasevic trying to create something, working with Anthony Leon to the back post. It takes a deflection. It takes a deflection. We're all tied up.
Oh, Anthony Leon. Wow.
He was looking to the back post. And I think it came off from Matt Jackson.
Yeah, it looks like it did come off Jackson. Wow, fantastic effort right there. Man. Cervantes was ready for that back post pass. And it just
fortunate for him. Wow. It's just the key, I think, for Jinga this year is does a year of experience help these players? So we saw athletes, we saw physicality, but we didn't see great futsal. So does innovation have the upper hand in the game this weekend because of some of that experience? That was one thing that we saw when they would go on the road. Not only did they sometimes be missing some players, but even when they had some of their team players, they had Costa Rica, they had Davide Poche, when they went on the road, and it wasn't a close game.
You know, I want to say that I could see them winning it all and advancing far in the playoffs, but I think the bold prediction is that they're going to miss out on the playoffs.
I would agree with that statement.
Nolan, whereas with Jenga, with their roster availability, it's been able to allow Satoru Matsushima just to coach and to not be in a situation where he's having to be a player coach the entire game.
And here he is on the ball, looking for the long one, headed away by Jonathan DeLucia. Now up the floor, 2v1. Can Innovation City capitalize? No, says the left hand of Corey Weisenhunt.
Wow, incredible recovery from Corey Weisenhunt. He was in terrible position, anticipating an early shot from Oliver Ligon, but Ligon made the extra pass and almost caught Corey Weisenhunt.
Just under 5 minutes into the second half, Matsushima takes a corner, and it's right there where they want it to be for Jenga. They get number 7. Just like that.
Oh, fantastic set-piece play from Jenga. They set that up really well. Satoru is notorious for taking those corners and creating opportunities for his team. Great run right there from Takabatake, just to cut inside and catch.
Right in front of him.
Oliver Ligon cannot let him run by like that. Very poor defensive effort there, just to let Takabatake in front.
Anthony Leon forwards the pass. He's passed to Oswitz behind him, but Anthony Leon finds it. Top shelf, number 22, Alan Lemus puts Midwest up by 4.
Just the movement right there is just so incredible to see the way that Anthony Leon and Oswitz on his play together. Just look at the build-up here. Oswitz kept that ball in play really tight, made the pass to Anthony Leon, and Lemus knew exactly where to be, where he needed to position himself to not just make the back post run, but to make a fantastic play. You know, you want to make that pass to the back foot and really give your teammate an opportunity just to slide it home first time, but Aldama was not able to handle it.
Midwest are able to work it up. How about this back post? A pretty goal. Raul Montañez doubles the lead.
Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez slotted it off.
Just outside of the outstretched leg of Cervantes. Not in a bad position. Blocked a little bit by him.
I mean, he's going to be the best pivot. Best pivot in the league. Yeah. You know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Tresor Crispin, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivots that we have in the league.
Yeah. Differ slightly. In fact, in all likelihood, it will differ slightly. We're controlling it here from our studio. But we're ticking down to the final moments. Shoreline City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's shielding off Hasevic's toe post, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just to prevent anything. Even if he gets pulled down, still gets the shot off. Wow. What just an intelligent play from Mendez to understand his body positioning and placement.
Them having bad mistakes that give up goals. So essentially, as a game as a whole, you're playing down already to sometimes 3 goals. So here is possibly the biggest news for Lansing City in the offseason. Potentially. One of the biggest struggles is at the goalkeeper position.
Yeah.
And who is rostered for Lansing City this year?
Joshua Pierce.
Josh Pierce. But what does that do for the Lansing City team?
I mean, I think it does a lot, right? He's a fantastic shot stopper, so right away he's really solid. Seeing Riley McKenzie out there for the first game action of the FCS season for him.
Nice 1-2, some space on the far side. And again, Brandon Polish gets beat. Near post. And that is the one and only number 10. That put it away. Shota Takabatake. It's trouble for Innovation City early on. And Jenga have black and pink going on. Slide from Cervantes. And he sets up a second goal for Mazarigos, and it's just a 2-goal deficit.
Hey, Mazarigos is out there like, why haven't y'all talked about me tonight?
They had to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, well, here he is, and look at that. Cervantes with the assist coming up. You know, wow, great play from Cervantes.
Donny Menez with the turn. He's got another chance. Little toe poke, flick, not there. Under 30 seconds to play. Give or take. A flick from Alan Lemus to Hasovic. Hasovic trying to create something, working with Anthony Leon to the back post. It takes a deflection. It takes a deflection. We're all tied up.
Oh, Anthony Leon. Wow.
He was looking to the back post, and I think it came off of Matt Jackson.
Yeah, it looks like it did come off Jackson. Wow, fantastic effort right there.
Man.
Cervantes was ready for that back post pass. And it just
fortunate for him. Wow. It's just the key, I think, for Giga this year is does the year of experience help these players? So we saw athletes, we saw physicality, but we didn't see great futsal. So does innovation have the upper hand in the game this weekend because of some of that experience? That was one thing that we saw when they would go on the road. Not only did they sometimes miss some players, but even when they had some of their key players, they had Costa Vance, they had Davide Poche, when they went on the road, and it wasn't a close game.
You know, I want to say that I could see them winning it all and advancing far in the playoffs, but I think the bold prediction is that they're going to miss out on the playoffs.
I would agree with that statement.
Nolan, whereas with Jenga, with their roster availability, it's been able to allow Satoru Matsushima just to coach and to not be in a situation where he's having to be a player coach the entire game.
And here he is on the ball, looking for the long one, headed away by Jonathan DeLucia. Now up the floor, 2v1. Can Innovation City capitalize? No, says the left hand of Corey Weisenhunt.
Wow, incredible recovery from Corey Weisenhunt. He was in terrible position, anticipating an early shot from Oliver Ligon, but Ligon made the extra pass and almost caught Corey Weisenhunt.
Just under 5 minutes into the second half, Matsushima takes a corner, and it's right there where they want it to be for Jenga. They get number 7, just like that.
Oh, fantastic set-piece play from Jenga. They set that up really well. Satoru is notorious for taking those corners and creating opportunities for his team. Great run right there from Takabatake, just to cut inside and catch. Yeah, Oliver Ligon cannot let him run by like that. Very poor defensive effort there, just to let Takabatake in front.
There, Anthony Leon forwards the pass. His pass to Hasovic behind him, but Anthony Leon finds it. Top shelf. Number 22, Alan Lemus, puts Midwest up by 4.
Just the movement right there is just so incredible to see the way that Anthony and Hasovic play together. And just look at the build-up here. Hasovic kept that ball in play, really tight angle, and made the pass to Anthony Leon. And Lemus knew exactly where to be, where he needed to position himself to not just make the back post run, but to under a fantastic play. You know, you want to make that pass to the back foot and really give your teammate an opportunity just to slide it home first time, but Aldama was not able to handle it.
Midwest are able to work it up. How about this back post? A pretty goal. Raul Montañez doubles the lead.
Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez sliding it home.
Just outside of the outstretched leg of Cervantes. Not in a bad position. Blocked a little bit by his...
I mean, he's going to be the best pivot. Best pivot in the league. Yeah, you know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Trezor Crispin, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivots that we have in the league.
Yeah. differ slightly. In fact, in all likelihood, it will differ slightly as we're controlling it here from our studio. But we're ticking down to the final moments. Berlin City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's shielding off Hasevic's toe post, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just to prevent anything. Even if he gets pulled down, still gets the shot off. Wow. What just an intelligent play from Mendez to understand his body positioning and placement.
Then having bad mistakes that give up goals. So essentially, as a game as a whole, you're playing down already to sometimes goal. So here is possibly the biggest weakness in Nancy City roster. Potentially. For the biggest struggles that the goalkeeper position.
Yeah.
And who is rostered for Lansing City this year?
Joshua Pierce.
Josh Pierce. But what does that do for this Lansing City team?
I mean, I think he does a lot, right? He's a fantastic shot stopper, so right away he's really solid. Seeing Riley McKenzie out there for the first game action of the FCS season for him.
Nice 1-2, some space on the far side. And again, Brandon Polish gets beat. Near post. And that is the one and only number 10. That put it away. Shota Takabatake. And it's trouble for Innovation City early on as Jinga have black and pink going on. Slide from Cervantes. And he sets up a second goal for Mazarigos, and it's just a 2-goal deficit.
Hey, Mazarigos is out there like, why haven't y'all talked about me tonight?
They hadn't put it in the back of the net yet.
Yeah, well, here he is, and look at that. Cervantes with the assist coming up. You know, wow, great play from Cervantes.
Aldoni Mendez with the turn. He's got another chance. Little toe poke flick. Not there. Under 30 seconds to play. Give or take. The flick from Alan Lemus to Hasevic. Hasevic trying to create something, working with Anthony Leon. To the back post. It takes a deflection. It takes a deflection. We're all tied up.
Oh, Anthony Leon. Wow.
He was looking to the back post. And I think it came off of that.
Yeah, it looks like it did come off Jackson. Wow, fantastic effort right there. Cervantes was ready for that back post pass. And it just
fortunate for him. Wow. It's just the key, I think, for Jinga this year is does a year of experience help these players? Though we saw athletes, we saw physicality, but we didn't see great futsal. So does Innovation have the upper hand in the game this weekend because of some of that experience? That was one thing that we saw when they would go on the road. Not only did they sometimes were missing some players, but even when they had some of their key players, they had Costa West, they had Davide De Poche, when they went on the road, and it wasn't a close game.
You know, I want to say that I could see them winning it all and advancing far in the playoffs, but I think the bold prediction is that they're going to miss out on the playoffs.
I would agree with that statement.
Nolan, whereas with Jinga, with their roster availability, it's been able to allow Satoru Masashimi just to coach and to not be in a situation where he's having to be a player coach the entire game.
And here he is on the ball for the long one, headed away by Jonathan DeLucia. Now up the floor, 2v1. Can Innovation City capitalize? No, says the left hand of Corey Weisenhunt.
Wow, incredible recovery from Corey Weisenhunt. He was in terrible position, anticipating an early shot from Oliver Ligon, but Ligon made the extra pass and almost caught Corey Weisenhunt.
Just under 5 minutes into the second half. Matsushima takes the corner, and it's right there where they want it to be for Jinga. They get number 7, just like that.
Oh, fantastic set piece play from Jinga. They set that up really well. Santoro is notorious for taking those corners and creating opportunities for his team. Great run right there from Takabatake, just to cut inside and catch. Yeah, Oliver Legan cannot let him run by like that. Very poor defensive effort there, just to let Takabatake in front.
Anthony Leon towards the pass. His pass to Hoswitz behind him, but Anthony Leon finds it. Top shelf. Number 22, Alan Lemus, puts Midwest up by 4.
Just the movement right there is just so incredible to see the way that Anthony Leon and Hoswitz run play together. And just look at the build-up here. Hoswitz kept that ball in play, really tight, and made the pass to Anthony Leon. And Lemus knew exactly where to be, where he needed to position himself to not just make the back post run, but to make a fantastic play. You know, you want to make that pass to the back foot and really give your teammate an opportunity just to slide it home first time, but Aldama was not able to handle it.
Midwest are able to work it up. How about this back post? A pretty goal. Raul Montañez doubles the lead.
Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez sliding it home.
Just outside of the outstretched leg of Cervantes. Not in a bad position. Blocked a little bit by his...
I mean, he's going to be the best pivot. Best pivot in the league. Yeah, you know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Trezor Crispin, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivos that we have in the league.
Yeah, differ slightly. In fact, in all likelihood, it will differ slightly as we're controlling it here from our studio. But we're ticking down to the final moments. Shoreline City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's shielding off Hasevic's toe post, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just to prevent anything. Even if he gets pulled down, still gets the shot off. What just an intelligent play from Mendez to understand body positioning and placement.
Then having bad mistakes that give up points. So essentially, as a game as a whole, you're playing down already to sometimes 3 goals. So here is possibly the biggest news for Lansing City in the offseason. Potentially. Towards the pass. His pass to Hoswitz behind him, but Anthony Leon finds it. Top shelf. Number 22, Alan Lemus, puts Midwest up by 4.
Just the movement right there is just so incredible to see the way that Anthony Leon and Hoswitz play together. Just look at the build-up here. Hoswitz kept that ball in play, really tight, and made the pass to Anthony Leon. And Lemus knew exactly where to be, where he needed to position himself to not just make the back post run, but to make a fantastic play. You know, you want to make that pass to the back foot and really give your teammate an opportunity just to slide it home first time, but Aldama was not able to handle it.
Midwest are able to work it up. How about this back post? A pretty goal. Raul Montañez doubles the lead.
Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez sliding it home.
just outside of the outstretched leg of Cervantes. Not in a bad position. Blocked a little bit by his.
I mean, he's going to be the best pivot. Best pivot in the league. Yeah. You know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Trezor Crispin, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivots that we have in the league.
Yeah. Differ slightly. In fact, in all likelihood, it will differ slightly as we're controlling it here from our studio. But we're ticking down to the final moments. Shoreline City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's shielding off Hasevic's toe poke, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just prevent anything. Even if he gets pulled down, still gets the shot off. Wow. What just an intelligent play from Mendez to understand his body positioning and place.
Them having bad mistakes that give up goals. So essentially, as a game as a whole, you're playing down already to sometimes 3 goals. So here is possibly the biggest news for Lansing City in the offseason. Potentially. One of the biggest struggles is at the goalkeeper position.
Yeah.
And who is rostered for Lansing City this year?
Joshua Pierce.
Josh Pierce. But what does that do for this Lansing City team?
I mean, I think he does a lot, right? He's a fantastic shot stopper, so right away he's really solid. Seeing Riley McKenzie out there for the first game action of the FCS season for him.
Nice 1-2, some space on the far side. And again, Brandon Polish gets beat. Near post. And that is the one and only number 10. That put it away. Shota Takabatake makes trouble for Innovation City early on as Jinga have black and pink going on. Slide from Cervantes. And he sets up a second goal for Mazarigos, and it's just a 2-goal deficit.
Hey, Mazarigos is out there like, why haven't y'all talked about me tonight?
He had to put it in the back of the net yet.
Yeah, well, here he is, and look at that. Cervantes with the assist coming up. You know, wow, great play from Cervantes.
Aldoni Mendez with the turn. He's got another chance. Little toe poke, flick, not there. Under 30 seconds to play. Give or take. Flicks from Alan Lemons to Hasevic. Hasevic trying to create something, working with Anthony Leon to the back post. It takes a deflection. It takes a deflection. We're all tied up.
Oh, Anthony Leon. Wow.
He was looking to the back post, and I think it came off of Matt Jackson.
Yeah, it looks like it did come off Jackson. Wow, fantastic effort right there.
Man.
Cervantes was ready for that back post pass. And it just
fortunate for him. Wow. It's just the key, I think, for Jinga this year is does a year of experience help these players? Though we saw athletes, we saw physicality, but we didn't see great futsal. So does innovation have an upper hand in the game this weekend because of some of that experience? That was one thing that we saw when they would go on the road. Not only did they sometimes miss some players, but even when they had some of their key players, they had Costa Perez, they had Davide Poche, when they went on the road, and it wasn't a close game.
No, I want to say that I could see them winning it all and advancing far in the playoffs, but I think the bold prediction is that they're going to miss out on the playoffs.
I would agree with that statement.
Whereas with Jinga, with their roster availability, it's been able to allow Satoru Matsushima just to coach and to not be in a situation where he's having to be a player coach the entire game.
And here he is on the ball. looking for the long one, headed away by Jonathan DeLucia. Now up the floor, 2v1. Can Innovation City capitalize? No, says the left hand of Corey Weisenhunt.
Wow, incredible recovery from Corey Weisenhunt. He was in terrible position, anticipating an early shot from Oliver Ligon, but Ligon made the extra pass and almost caught Corey Weisenhunt.
Just under 5 minutes into the second half, Matsushima takes a corner, and it's right there where they want it to be for Jinga. They get number 7, just like that.
Oh, fantastic set-piece play from Jinga. They set that up really well. Satoru is notorious for taking those corners and creating opportunities for his team. Great run right there from Takabatake, just to cut inside and catch.
Right in front of him.
Oliver Ligon cannot let him run by like that. Very poor defensive effort there, just to let Takabatake in front.
There, Anthony Leon towards the pass. His pass to Hoskins behind him, but Anthony Leon, he finds it. Top shelf. Number 22, Alan Lemus, puts Midwest up by 4.
Just the movement right there is just so incredible to see the way that.
Welcome to the Jolt Creativity pregame show. Jolt Creativity. Destroy the line.
Welcome to the Jolt pregame show. Thanks for joining us as we lead up to an exciting match today between Midwest United and your home team, Chicago House. This is going to be a great matchup and the first time that these two teams have ever met on the court. I want to take a little bit of a look at the league standings up to this point. It's still early season, but we should have some things to take a look at. So, leading the league is Jinga. Midwest United and Shoreline City both tied, them bringing up. And then Chicago House, they've got 2 games this weekend. They're hoping to get on the board in a big way. I want to talk about just a couple of players from each team, if I may. Midwest United, I want to see great things today out of Fikret Hasovic. We know he's a killer on the court. He's a gorilla, okay? But I'm looking for turn-on-a-dime goals, okay? Because we can't have what happened last week where they had to come back and basically tie the game in the last moments. And that's why I want to also watch Anthony Leon Garcia. Player of the week, scored that goal with just under a minute to play to tie. And then I also want us to watch Eduardo Mendez, who can really control the ball in the attack. Now, on the Chicago House side, I've got eyes on really 2 players, but I got 4 to talk about. Raphael Hernandez, a team leader, an expert on the court. I'm expecting to see lots of court time out of Raphael today. Also, Vinny De Silva. This player can score from anywhere. If he's got the ball, expect goal and fireworks. I also want to see Choco Sereno. I think he can pop off at any moment. And I also want to see Luigi. I think they're going to be using him in the pivot position today, and so we'll see how that pans out. So, what's ahead for Chicago House? This is a young team with an average age of less than 18 years old. Half the team couldn't even go skydiving without their parents' permission. But that's okay because Coach Ramon sees the team like family. And that makes sense when you consider that his own son, Raphael, plays on the team. When I asked Coach about, well, what does he see in this team? He spoke about the team's intense drive, their deep knowledge of futsal, and a lifetime dedication to the game. These are futsal players. What about Midwest United? They're coming out to this game with something to prove. They believe they can win games in this league and improve their performance from last year, and especially from last week. I asked Coach Hector about what he assumed was in store for the team. He said, we have trust in all of our players, even our goalkeepers, and he wants the team to be aggressive. I think we're going to kick over to a little flyover shot of the stadium, and we'll see you as we get into the game. Welcome to the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, the location of tonight's FCS matchup, where Chicago House hosts Midwest United. Now, that said innovation in Detroit, so you can just go ahead and disregard that. But in Chicago, it's a brisk 41 degrees, but it's warm inside the Canaland Sportsplex. This is Chicago House's first game of the season as they look to take on this Midwest United team, hungry for their first win. It's Rudy and Chris with you this evening. We've got a great match coming up. Don't go anywhere. And we're underway. Midwest United starting with the ball. Coming down the sideline. In the corner is Gio Garcia with it, and it's out of bounds. Ball in now, Midwest United in the gray kits. And the first look here for Chicago House in these electric green kits. Look at these. Chris, what do you think of these uniforms?
Well, we know it's early in the season, to say the least, out here with Chicago. Really looking to make an impact right off the top. The Midwest obviously getting their minutes in early last week against Shoreline, and it's going to be a big banger tonight to see both these teams go at it and really try to make an impact early on here in the season.
Here's Leon Garcia with the ball, playing back to his keeper. Ficret on the ball, now passing to Gio Garcia, intercepted and out of bounds. You'll notice that Marco Navarez is starting at goal for Midwest United. I think this is a statement out of coach after last week. Marco Navarez slipping 6 goals in that game, but like coach said, he's got confidence in everybody, and that includes his goalkeepers. Midwest United fighting for the ball now, trying to get forward, and it's picked out of bounds. This is Chicago House in the corner. It's a 0-0 game. We're 2 minutes in. And now the ball moving up to the center. Chicago House looking to play off that Pivo up court. A steal here. Ficret on the ball. Shoots through the legs. It's a goal! Ficret Masivic for Midwest United. They're the first on the board.
Over there with Hasevic scoring 2 last week in the game against Shoreline and really showcasing his prowess already. A 3rd goal in 2 games already out there. And a little bit of handwork, it seemed, in order to kind of take the ball off, but the referee not making the call. And big advantage out there now, right off the Midwest.
No doubt Fikret Hochevich is going to be a player to watch, but let's see if this Chicago House team can start to string things together. Not if you hand it to Fikret. It's another goal! A second for Fikret Hochevich and Midwest United. They're up 2-0.
Just kept talking about it. Incredible stuff out there. Got a 5'10" Pivo out of Grand Rapids.
Gio Garcia in the corner here, trying to play it out. We're going to get a quick counterattack coming out for Chicago House. It's Raphael Hernandez getting it to court for maybe the 2nd or 3rd time. Guillermo Montañez is in the game for Midwest United. He's up at the top. He's having himself shot. And it's saved by the goalkeeper, Jose Vicario.
Midwest really putting the pressure on here in the first 3 minutes of the first half. Chicago's really got to settle down.
Another goal! Midwest United at the back post. That's Pedro Aguilar. 3-0, Midwest United.
Defensive laps up there by Chicago. From there.
Can't believe they just left him hanging. Here's another shot, saved. Chris, what do you make of this? Goals on goals already here.
Midwest, we see the corner coming in. They are making a statement of intent early on out there. We know that Chicago's a talented side, but Midwest really wanted to burn down the house. All pun intended.
No doubt about it. Nothing doing there, and we're going to have a kick in for Midwest United. Let's see what they can put together here. We saw a counter-attacking, a quick tiki-taka kind of futsal out of Midwest United in the Shoreline game. They're going to be a little more composed here today.
It's not the start that Chicago wanted to see the least, but just able to exploit and spread the ball across the court, get a few passes in, make the right movements in rotations. Hopefully they can get back into this.
Played across there is Chicago House, but no player on the end of it. Smoking the ball is Chicago House, trying to get comfortable into this game. There's a shot opportunity. Doesn't come to much there. Here comes Chicago House, making their way down the court. A shot. Blocked.
Perfect opportunity for the house to get on the board. Plug the leaking ship of this first half.
Yes, indeed. Blocked there by Midwest United. Pedro Aguilar on the ball. Chicago. That's got to be the 3rd ball that's just sailed right across the goal of Midwest United with nobody there to catch it. Free eggs, no basket. Chicago House calming their way into another opportunity. This is Vinny De Silva on the ball. Midwest United's 2 players are there. No goal in this attack.
That was a great throw by the keeper to find his pivot out there, beating out his defender, but not being able to put the fourth up for Midwest.
This is Jacob Chilinsky now in the game. Still playing is Vinny De Silva on the ball. The close side as he tries to attack. Tries to put something on the board here for this team as they're sitting on a goose egg. Down by 3 goals to Midwest United.
The Chicago native, a very, very talented player. Great feet, great ability out there to beat his defenders, and able to shoot both left and right footed as well. Definitely keep an eye on him for Chicago.
On the defense for for Chicago House. Some substitutions coming in for them. It's Gio Garcia scooping the ball in. Fikra Asevich back on the court. Just an easy, simple play for Midwest. It's like they're having a stroll in the park and they just ping it off the post. That doesn't quite make it.
They're certainly making a statement of intent early on out here in Chicago. It only seems inevitable that they're going to have to call their timeout, regroup, and reset, and get back in this game.
I agree, Chris. Something's needed. This is Chilinsky on the defense. Gio Garcia on the ball. He scoops, flicks it forward to his teammate, who's not there to receive. Chicago House now trying to jazz their way into some opportunities. Remember, this is a young team. Maybe a foul here. No, plays through it. No, does pick up the foul. The referee's going to come back and give that foul against Midwest United. That was Chilinsky trying to make his way through.
We'll see what kind of set play that Chicago can align over here to try to notch their first of the match, first of the season. And we see the conversation being had between Ishmael Gomez.
Back forward. Nothing comes of this one so far. The attack's not gone. Well, it is if you're going to pass the ball to Gio Garcia. A quick steal, a shot. It's off the top bar. Bounces away, doesn't appear to be a goal, and the play continues. Now that's a nice opportunity.
Well, they're going to want to create just off the going in. They need to take more shots. They need to exploit that final third of the court.
Does it seem to you, Chris, that Chicago House just came in a little nervous to this game? You know, they're settling in now, but I just thought, wow, it's our first FCS game. But now look at this, another shot. This is number 33, Felipe Marroquin. Some of the age coming into the court for Chicago House.
Yeah, a couple of shots on target for the House. Really going to give them that boost, that motivation to let loose. And as you said earlier, you know, these guys came in nervous. They got their home opener starting out. They're
Gomez with the shot.
They're taking the opportunities as we see another one out there.
Shot counts are starting to rack up here for Chicago House. You're going to think that maybe sooner or later they're going to turn this into an opportunity. Midwest counters quickly. A save has to be made.
As long as Chicago can hold the fort at the back, they'll give themselves a big opportunity to get back into this.
Shifting, mixing are the players from Midwest United. Now out to Fekret on the side, finding a player at the back post, but doesn't quite connect. Still trouble here for Chicago House as they're running all over on defense. Missed marks, 2 players going to 1 man. That could have been a problem for Chicago House. But alas, not this time, and it's their ball.
That pass to the far post is exactly what the doctor ordered for Midwest, but it looked like the toe out there of the Chicago keeper really prevented any further damage from happening.
Certainly so. That's Ismael Gomez on the ball. They weren't sure. He was questionable earlier in the week to be able to play in today's game, but he's another player that they're going to want to get involved if they can.
He had the opportunity to bury the first one out there, had all the space, had the goalkeeper beaten, but just putting it wide of the mark, and he's going to be wanting to get more opportunities and put his team on the board.
A little kick in with a tiki-taka down the sideline. Shot is wide. So Jose Escareno will restart for Chicago House. This is a kick-in for Midwest United on the far sideline. Referee just wants to adjust the spot a little bit. 3 players to beat for Midwest, but here comes Gio. Just a little too casual on that one for Gio as it dribbles out of bounds. Nobody nearby for Chicago. They're going to try to make their way up the court. Committing the foul. This is one thing I talked to Coach about, was the fouls. Last season, Midwest United was the most penalized team, but here's Chicago House. They have a shot of their own.
It was a poor opportunity there. He had a 3v1 situation, decided to take it himself, but it's going to take a lot more than that to beat the keeper.
And now here's Angel Rodriguez from Midwest United getting his first start of the season. Up in the pivot position at the top, the right side of your screen. Back to Neves. Tries to find Fekret again, but it's not on, and we're going the other way for Chicago House. Looking like the man with a stop sign outside of the school. He's directing traffic. Jelinski's going to try to scoop this ball together, but can't. And it looks like he might have picked up a foul there. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, referee making the accumulative call out there. A lot of hands so far in the first half, including what I thought could have been a foul on the first goal from Midwest.
Like some high schoolers at their first dance. They are just grabbing each other.
They're going to need to calm that down. For those new to tasting the futsal soup, you get 5 accumulated fouls per half. Anything above that results in a PK from 10 meters out.
That's true, and I know that we're going to have our eyes on that. Midwest United accounting for 60% of the league's red cards last year, 30% of the yellow cards. I mean, this is something that Midwest has to clean up. Coach said, I still want my players to go hard, to go in, so we'll have to see. I know we don't have our foul counter up on the stream for you. Maybe we'll get that tied up, but I'd say we're at about 2-2 if I had to guess.
No, that sounds pretty accurate, and that's an amazing stat. There's statistics and then there's statistics, and 60% of the red cards for the entire league is something that they're going to really need to improve upon this year if they really have ambitions of going to lift a trophy.
This is Jacob Chelinski in the corner. Seems to think there was a handball. Looked like a natural position from my angle. And here goes Midwest United down the court. Nice white painted lines out here as it's a 3-0 game. Still in the lead is Midwest United, trying to get a road win and their first win of the season. The ball's in the back with Chicago House, but not for long as they give it away and offer a shot opportunity for Midwest United.
You're in a 1v1 situation like that as the defender. You got to sit there and make sure your boys are opening up the space so you make proper passes. But that was a decision that resulted in a mistake. And fortunately for Chicago, didn't result in a fourth goal being scored against them.
Now Angel on the ball. He's going to try to fight a little bit. Angel Rodriguez maybe fighting a bit too hard, collecting a foul. No, it's going against Chicago House.
Chicago's got to watch defensively out there. Had one pass just gone right over in front of the goal area, could have resulted in a very dangerous 1v0 situation. And Chicago really have to tighten it up. We keep talking about it, but the score tells the tale.
Gio Garcia standing over the ball. Movement, shot. That's why they call him the cannon. A lot of power on that one. Play's not done. Gio again with a shot. Out of bounds, still Midwest United's way.
That was a great save by the keeper to come out, cover that angle, and prevent any further damage.
I like this little tick play that Midwest United runs. They just roll the ball with the sole of the foot off of the kick in, deliver it right to the kick taker. But now a corner for Midwest. What can they do here? All tied up are the players. Gio's just happy to have this one. A skier roll and Jose Escareno starting the attack for Chicago House. Looks like he's got the blue and white Jomas on today. I like that look. Chris, what's your favorite futsal shoe?
Oh, there's so many great brands out there. For me, I'm a fan of Munich. You got the Kelmes, you got the Jomas, and honestly, Umbro used to have some great series as well. And the referee, as we see there, blowing the whistle, much to the chagrin of Chicago.
They thought they had a free one. Still up by 3 goals. Here is Ficret, Gio, and the Midwest gang. Confidently passing forward. Gio, players on him. It tracks all 3 players. Dribbles. Tries to take it past the goalkeeper. Can't do it.
And you can't be having that where 3 of your defenders marking one guy doesn't do the job. And then you have support coming in to take the shot and saved by the iron.
That was Anthony Leon Garcia with the shot. One of his first of this game.
Oh, what a missed opportunity there for Chicago to get on the board. It was a great defensive play that led to that 3v1 attack and not able to place that ball.
As I'm leading up for this
Chicago
game,
have the movement, but we just haven't really seen them be able to finally execute.
I agree, Chris. As I was leading up to this game and watching some footage from the summer from Chicago House, I was really impressed by the individual technique of the players, but I didn't really see a game plan come together for them. So I'm really excited as this team gets a little bit more experience to see a little more chemistry happening on the ball, working together as a real futsal team.
Indeed, it's a long season. It's their big opener. They're playing a very formidable Midwest United side, and it's just going to take time to gel out there, especially at this high level here in the FCS.
Here's Midwest United. Secret on the ball again. Slid out from him is Chicago House, and now they're going the other way.
Yeah, it was a great move there by Malik Pitchford. Dove right across to prevent that far post tap-in and then leading a counterattack from it. Great work out there.
This is Anthony Leon Garcia is now making his way to the pivot position. Off to the side, Ficret takes it himself.
And as we saw just there, as he's taking the inbounds kick, he was just wide open in front of the keeper. And Chicago just really need to rearrange their formations with the defender, because they're just leaving that right side exposed time and time again from the opening whistle, and it hasn't changed since.
Shot, back post, no one's quite on it from Midwest United. That looked like number 9, Alan Lemus on the back post. He's going to want that one back.
Just Midwest are exploiting Chicago's far post more than bankers taking the middle class.
Just a scramble for the ball off of this Midwest corner. Just fire a shot with it. Why not? Didn't have many other options, I suppose. And it's Chicago House is going to go on the attack. They're coming up to about the half line with the ball. Now moving out to the side. Dispossessed by Midwest United. And Gio's going to play it in and take himself off to the bench. Here's Raphael Hernandez back on the court, number 22. You're looking at him right now in the cam. Nothing brewing yet for him. Just one shot so far this game, but we're looking for more. Hoping he can really be a star, be a leader. Here comes a counterattack. Midwest United with numbers up. Cuts, passes to the back post, off his back heel. It's a goal! And Midwest United has their fourth.
Patience out there. One touch and beautiful roll into the far corner where your mother used to hide the cookies on you. And a big time and emphatic fourth goal with 6 remaining. That's exactly what Midwest are known about. And more pain in the house for Chicago.
I mean, I love Jorge Saldana's just casual little back heel kick into the goal, but I think Lemus really stole the show on that one, as he just sauced up a player, sauced up the goalkeeper, and then casually distributes.
And that's a goal Chicago certainly didn't want to give up. After leaking 3 in the opening couple of minutes, they were able to kind of plug down the leak, sit down, calm down a little bit, get a couple of attempts on their own with no avail on the scoreboard, but that fourth is going to be absolutely hurting that bench right now.
It's 4-0 with 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Another shot, another goal. Midwest United just dances around them. This time back-to-back goals for Midwest United.
This is exactly when they need to take a timeout. 5-0, exploited at the back time and time again. And Chicago really struggling right now.
Jorge Saldana's 2 goals.
And there we see that timeout being called. Obviously, with 5:35 left in the first. I got to be honest, Rudy, it's been a real difficult one so far in the opener for the Chicago House, and they really need to sit there and discipline themselves at the back before even considering going up front to score, because it has been lackluster defensive coverage, leaving their goalkeeper fully exposed to do all the work.
We see Coach Hector Fernandez from Midwest United is joining us at this game. We know Gio has coached in the past. He likes to coach. He's a player coach. Gio on the field today. I think that's making a difference for Midwest United, having a dedicated coach. Of course, we saw Gil De Silva and Ramon coaching on the Chicago House side. We're going to calm things down after this half, try to find a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of attacking prowess. Just think the age is playing in a little bit for Chicago House. They're just a bit young. Here's Midwest again. Oh my, if that wouldn't have been a save from Jose Vicario, that could have been danger for Midwest again. Just knocking on the door. Right now, shoots. Nothing, turning shot, and it's out of bounds.
And even after the timeout, we keep seeing defensive lapses out here from Chicago. They just really need to wake up and make sure that they're marking the man sitting wide open.
If you can't beat him any other way, I guess just barrel full speed into the attack. He gets tripped on this one, and they're going to play in. Chicago House just a little shaky, just doesn't quite have the rhythm of the ball. And look at this, I mean, that's a nice, brilliant little move, but the team play isn't there, and it is for Midwest United. They're just exploiting the defense.
I mean, we know Chicago have the tools. They have the speed. They have the ability to move. It's just the lack of cohesion that's been absolutely killing them so far here in the first half.
Good defensive effort there for Midwest United. Ficret with 3 of his players and the back post again. It's a goal for Midwest United. Their 6th of the match. Is there a mercy rule? I'm not sure that it would be honored anyways. Look at that, just clean it in. Ficret Hasevich just boop, slips it on over to Anthony Leon Garcia. Is that a hat trick?
They're just like a hot knife going through butter out there. We saw them just exploit. It was a 3v2, walk through into 3v1, far post. It's been a story of a first half, to say the least, and really good work out here by Midwest United to exploit this Chicago House defense.
Team effort from Midwest United here. Just feels like every time they go on the attack, there's an extra player available for Midwest. Here's an example. Looks like Chicago House, oh, now here's a quick counterattack for them. Going to take a toe poke, needs to change shots where you can find them. It looks like Chicago House has shifted from the 3-1 that they intended to start playing with, and now they're playing a bit more of a 2-2.
And it's something, realistically, the best teams in the world all play a 4-0 system and have the capabilities of being in every position. And if they limit themselves to a 2-2, they're going to find themselves in even bigger hurt than what they've already been facing from this dominant Midwest side.
I have to agree with you, Chris. I don't think 2-2 is the play for them. It feels like in the 2-2, both players not sure who to guard.
They got to constantly rotate because defensively they've just dropped the ball. I mean, we're seeing great efforts out here, particularly by Gomez going down the flank, taking shots and trying to lift the team on his back. It's admirable. But again, you know, there's 5 pieces on that court. And just like a keyboard, you have 5 vowels, and any one of them's broken, the whole memo gets destroyed.
Felipe Marroquin stepping up to deliver the high press on Midwest United. Something's got to change in this game. Maybe some high press will be the key. They've earned the ball out of it, so something doing there. This is Gabriel Espino. Ismael Gomez on the ball. Still going, dancing, maintains possession. I like that. Shot's not on. Don't just bang it away. Beats a player here. Now that they're 4-on-3. I like that out of Felipe Marroquin. Take the shots that you're given. Marroquin here, sliding on the defenses, Midwest United.
That was a great attempt to beat the keeper within his goal area, but just shooting it wide. Probably the closest opportunity since that left post several minutes ago.
Here's Chicago House. They do have players down court. We're just opting for this quick shot for Chicago House. They're just taking anything they can get. Marco Navarez, thrilled to be playing here. Uncertain, 2 minutes change remaining here in the first half. Slap on Aaron Lemus. Looks like he's also awarded a caution.
And an easy call there for the official to make. That right arm reaching over the shoulder and pulling it down.
Looks like that was Andre. No, I'm actually sure not. I'm not sure who I found. Ismael Gomez, maybe? Couldn't quite see. Well, there was a good 3-1 look for Chicago House, playing that pivot up at the top of the court. But Ficret and Gio there on the attack now.
Be absolutely imperative for the confidence of Chicago if they can just get even one back with just over 2 minutes remaining. It'll really give them a little bit of a boost going into that second half, but passes like that won't do the job.
Right, let's see a quick attack now. They beat one player in the back and they get forward. Now possessing in the zone is Chicago House. Taking a few dribbles. I think Midwest United is going to be delighted to just allow these shots from distance.
It's easy work for the goalkeeper today so far. A lot of adjustments to be made at halftime for Chicago if they have any ambitions of getting back into this. And one of those adjustments is going to have to be having 3 of their 4 outfield players going in as opposed to taking shots from about 18 meters out.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Raphael Hernandez could score from there. Another thing that's on my mind, Chris, is a lot of these players for Chicago House are probably coming off of their outdoor soccer seasons. We know many of them play in youth leagues, and I wonder if they still sort of have that a bit of soccer in them. You know, we're shooting from pretty far away, cutting open, taking these shots, where futsal, and we see Midwest United doing this, you're working the ball in, you're getting to the back post, and you're scoring on plays and in these little tic-tac-toe opportunities. I just don't see that out of Chicago House. I see more soccer. Do you agree, Chris?
Well, I think everybody in the league, you know, plays soccer in the outdoor season, and then come wintertime, everyone's getting adjusted to futsal. And it certainly does take a couple weeks of adjustment through practices and through, you know, the early competitions, tournaments, and of course here in league play. But ultimately, everyone's into it.
With nobody defending, is Chicago House, and it's another goal!
And that was so preventable for Chicago, as we saw the initial save by the goalkeeper, and he was left to dry again and again. It's like they have a washer doing the same load with no dryer, and Midwest just showcasing their experience and dominance in the opening frame here.
And Levis just pretends like it's putt-putt golf. It just boop, gives a little tap into the goal. No pressure, no stress.
Can't be leaving 3 players in your goal area and expect good things to happen.
I agree. Is the Chelinsky brothers trying to spice things up? Just seconds remaining into the half, and it's 7-0, all Midwest United today. Now, I must say, Chris, we saw last week, Trent goes down, probably picks up the foul. We saw last week Midwest United came into halftime with a score and the other team with a goose egg, and they managed to blow that lead. Now, will that happen again here? I'm not sure, but closing games has been an issue for Midwest United. So, I don't think this game is anywhere near over.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about futsal. I mean, if you see a soccer game, you see 7-0, and believe me, I was there for the Brazil-Germany game that finished 7-1. That's that semifinal of the World Cup. You know that game is toast. But futsal, there's plenty of goals, and with the second half to come, a lot more action.
Kret sails one wide past the wall. A good defensive setup there for Chicago House. Not giving anything. High press from Midwest United. Fikret Hasovic on the ball here. Grew up playing with all sorts of teams growing up, BIH. I remember Fikret growing up just playing with his dad's teams when he was still a youth player. Great to see him really coming into his own here.
You can't ask for a better start than 2 goals in each of your first 2 games, and still with the second half to come out there. He's really showcasing his skills here for Midwest and making a statement of intent to the rest of the FCS.
Here's the Chilinsky brothers. They're twins on the attack. One takes a shot. Now in the calm feet of Raphael Hernandez. He's got the foot skills. He's beat some players. And the most penalized team might have just been saved by the halftime. So that brings us to the halftime. The score here is Midwest United 7, Chicago House 0. Wow, what a half. But that brings us to our halftime. Stick around. We've got a halftime show coming up where we know a little something about a Midwest United player that you don't. So make sure you tune in. We'll see you in just a little bit.
And that was one thing that we saw when they would go on the road. Not only did they sometimes were missing some players, but even when they had some of their key players, they had Costa Wells, they had Davide Poche, when they went on the road, and it wasn't a close game.
I want to say that I could see them winning it all and advancing far in the playoffs, but I think the bold prediction is that they're going to miss out on the playoffs.
I would agree with that statement.
Welcome to the Ally Marketing Halftime Show. Ally Marketing, let's be friends.
Back here in Chicago, Illinois at the halftime of the Midwest United versus Chicago House game. It's 7-0 here. We've got some live stats to take a look at. A pretty lopsided game. Chris, what's your takeaway from the first half?
Well, the experience of Midwest and the lack of hunger from Chicago has really been the story of this first half. As we take a look at some of these stats out here, look at this right off. 20 shots to 17. That sounds much closer than what the actual first half produced out there. You know, you could have to give it up for the Chicago House goalkeeper, who's really could have, made this game, 12-0 hadn't he been there to stop all these big attacks from Midwest. Realistically, Chicago just hasn't moved the ball around at the back. They've been lazy from a defensive standpoint. Some players utilizing their speed down the wings, trying to take shots, but there's no cohesion from the Chicago House side. And they have the talent, they have the speed. They just need to put it together. And I would kill to be a fly on the wall of that Chicago House dressing room right now at halftime to see exactly what they're trying to do to get back and try to salvage this game against this dominant Midwest side.
I agree, Chris. I have to know what Gil de Silva is saying to the team. Maybe we'll get to find out later. But I think although that shots counter is, as far as futsal goes, virtually equal, let's talk about the quality of the shots, okay? We've got just these long rifling shots out of Chicago House, sometimes from half court. Sometimes it's just Raphael Hernandez making a quick move, beating the man in front of him, and then taking the opportunity to shoot. But this isn't going to get it done. Compare that to Midwest United shots. These shots are difficult. Like you said, the goalkeeper, Jose Vicario, he had to come up with some huge saves because the quality of Midwest United's shots are just spectacular. And not to mention cute little tap-ins at the back post. Unguarded are some of those players, and they could have had maybe 3, 4 more of those type of goals just standing at the back post with nobody covering them.
Absolutely on spot. It was just interesting seeing the Chicago defenders just allowing Midwest to just go and slice and dice all the way through the goal area and sitting on that far post and getting more tap-ins than Charlie Chaplin on film. It's been unreal to see it. And they just weren't able to stop it even after they called their timeout. And again, there's players from Chicago that have done their best out there. The one that obviously pops to mind is Ishmael Gomez. He's trying to do everything he can to bring the ball up front and make attacks. But it's very difficult to take on 2 defenders and get a quality shot against a solid goalkeeper over in Midwest United. So this team really needs to press up. They're down by 7. They really need to attack. It doesn't matter now if they lose 15-0. They want to make sure that they come up and try to get a few goals back, get some confidence in there to get towards their next game. Again, it is futsal. Anything is possible. But Chicago's going to need to do a complete turnaround if they have any ambitions of salvaging at least a point here in front of their home crowd.
And I hope that they do. But, you mentioned goalkeepers. We talked about this a little bit in the third half podcast. Oh, quick plug. Make sure you tune in on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. for the third half podcast. The topic of that was goalkeeper woes. We were just so worried about the goalkeepers out of Midwest United, and tonight they're sound. Now, what I'm curious is if Jose Vicario is going to come in for Midwest United. I'm going to say probably get him some chances on the ball, but if you're Chicago House, do you change your goalkeeper?
I mean, realistically, I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point unless that goalkeeper happens to be an attacking type. And realistically, if they do press up and try to use that attacking goalkeeper option, this Midwest side is too experienced. They'll exploit it, they'll chip, and they'll just add and pile on those goals. So realistically, I mean, that goalkeeper in the first half was really the reason Chicago's only down by 7 and not by 12 at this point.
I got to agree. Well, I think let's take just a moment before the halftime kicks off. I just want to talk about a little look around the league. Last weekend, the new team in the league, Innovation City, we saw them play earlier today. They lost the battle for Ohio last week, dropping a rocky game 2-8 to Jinga Futsal, who debuted their brand new home court in Elite Athletic Sports. Last weekend, we also headed to Muskegon, where we witnessed a Shoreline City team that just refused to quit, mounting a multi-goal comeback in the second half to tie Midwest United in a 6-6 draw. Maybe something we're going to see here today. Also, later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, after this game, Lansing City Futsal welcomes Jinga into the Lansing Stadium for a tiebreaker. And, of course, on Sunday, one more game with Chicago House and Shoreline. We're underway in the second half. The score is 7-0. Chicago House first with the ball. Looks like they've opted for a bit of a 3-1. No, it's still this 2-2 attack where we've got two defenders, or two attackers, two defenders. I just don't think it's going to be enough. You're going to need more bodies to break through here.
If you look at all the top international teams, plus the teams in Brazil, in Spain, and Portugal, I'm talking the creme de la cremes, every player has the ability to move around in that 4-0 system, and this outdated 2-2 is simply not going to cut the mustard, especially here in the FCS.
Some flashy footwork for Vinny De Silva. That's the kind of things I want to see. I love an individual effort. Show me the team effort now, Chicago House. Do it. This is Midwest United. Looks like it just kissed a Chicago House player. Are they going to maintain the ball? No. Vinny De Silva on the kick-in. It's Chicago House now. They've calmed down a little bit. Here's pressure from Midwest. Turning now, beating a player, cutting across. This is Ismael Gomez. Don't settle for the shot now, Ismael. Oh, but you have to protect the ball. It's Fikret Hasevic. He's going to try to go the other way. But the experience of Fikret says, no, calm this down. Find the right opportunities. Look at that gentle flick from Gio Garcia, just leading him forward. Ooh, almost a give and go to Gio, but it's dispossessed. Now, Ismael Gomez takes the shot. Saved. And look at this, Chris. Here's an answer to our question.
A foul out there, but the referee, instead of awarding the corner to Chicago, I possibly thought that would have been a rolling.
Maybe. But still in goal for Midwest United. Are we surprised? It's Marco Navarez. No change today. I have to imagine that maybe they're going to try to find him some games where Jose Vicario plays the whole game, and so maybe they're offering him this game as the younger keeper, the developing keeper. Chicago House now. Another save for Navarez. Now here's a calmer Chicago House look. Oh, but they're dispossessed. No, Felipe Marroquin maintains the ball.
See, that's the kind of play that has been costing them. He had a completely wide open player out there. Could have made it easy to maintain possession, reset, but instead had to be a hero, put it up front, and it deflected, and almost Midwest getting a critical opportunity again. And they just got to break that down. It's not getting through their heads out there. If 7-0 isn't going to wake them up, I really don't have a clue what is, Rudy.
Well, Chris, at all of the games, I like to give you what I call Rudy hot takes. And I got some hot takes for both teams. You ready for them, Chris?
Oh, let's shoot.
All right, first up, Midwest United, hot takes. Holy smokes, boys, stay out of foul trouble. If they get into foul trouble, this game starts to sink. Okay, number two, you have to keep up the defensive effort. Else they almost find another one at the back post. But Midwest United can't get lazy here. Keep up the defense. And then finally, Midwest United, hot take. I want nutmegs and rainbows. Okay, you win in 7-0. Let's just see some flair. Here's Chicago House now. Can't get forward. Midwest United 2v1 now. Passing. Fikret tries to beat the goalkeeper. Still on the ball. Maintaining pressure from his back. He goes down. Looks like they're not going to call it. I agree. Looked a little floppy. And it's out of bounds. Okay, hot takes for Chicago. Here comes some more. Chicago, you got to pass and move. You got to work the ball around. And with that, you have to be smart with the ball. We can't be giving it away for nothing. And then finally, let's not settle for the long shot. Let's actually try to get forward, try to find a player at the back post, and take better quality shots. Okay, Chris, that's my hot takes. Thank you.
Mine is really simple. Keep possession, keep moving, and stop allowing Midwest to come out and just easily penetrate my defense. That's the hot take there for Chicago, and I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's the most accurate take, to say the least. And then when it comes to Midwest, just keep doing what you're doing, exploiting. You don't need to rush it. Give your depth players the opportunity to get some minutes. You have a little bit of a cushion out here, and let's see what we can do to get some of this momentum going and keep the work throughout the season, because it's going to be a very tough one with teams like Detroit and Jinga all really looking to make a statement out there. So this is going to be a big impact win for Midwest if they can hold off Chicago for the remainder of the match.
And it looks like they are. Look at this defensive effort from Midwest United. Taking the time to get back. Multiple men behind the ball. This was missing in the second half last week. It's not missing here today. The long player up is Ficret. Now having to chase back. Ficret working again.
Smooth and silky footwork out there in between two of them.
Ficret just decides to go dancing, invites all players from Chicago House to come with him, and leaves them all on the dance floor. Here's Felipe Marroquin trying to make something. Oof, just wide and out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to absolutely love Hasevic's quick feet out there. And if he keeps up the amount of goals he's scoring over here and making a name for himself, he'll find himself on an episode of Dancing with the Stars next season.
Do you vote in that show? I'd vote for him.
I'd absolutely vote for him just because he plays futsal.
Here's Raul.
No pressure again from Chicago.
Still playing a 2-2. Look at this. We've got two players not a part of the attack. I think this is unacceptable.
That's the kind of pressure they need out there. A little bit of a workaround.
Yeah, get that ball. Here we go, Chicago House. Now attacking forward. Finds Marroquin. A shot, but it's blocked.
And they need to keep doing that. Raphael Hernandez had the right idea out there, trying to breathe a little life into his team.
Speaking of sauce, here's Jorge Saldanas making his way through some players, but is ultimately dispossessed. And now Chicago House. Not a lot of urgency here, but you do have 15 minutes in this half. A lot can happen in not a lot of time.
I mean, inevitably, if they want to get any points out here, they're going to need to bring out their goalkeeper or replace him with an attacker and start to play some pressure.
When do you fly the keeper?
They're confident in their ability to pass the ball around, and they haven't rotated very well. They haven't been able to press very well. And it's something where maybe the coach is just going, you know what, this is kind of a lost cause for today. We just take a look at the footage after and get it going and maybe pop in a few goals here for some confidence gains and see what can work better for their next match. But they certainly want to put something on the board for their home fans. I mean, a beautiful court over here, and those kits are absolutely fantastic. I'd put them up against the best kits in the entire league. And they want to match that with a couple of goals, to say the least. But
and here's one! Goal scored! Is that Choco Sereno? Goal! Go, 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 goal! Chicago House. First one on the board. No, that's Ismael Gomez. He's been shooting all day long. His 11th shot of the game finally finds the back post.
And that's the kind of stuff that they need to make a run back in this game. And you know that Marco Narvaez is going to be upset about that clean sheet being ruined out there, but great work.
A little life in Chicago House. Yes, here they come now. It's Gomez again on the ball, trying to take his player 1v1. Now they're moving the ball. Hits the side netting, but a little life in Chicago. 3 players up in the attack this time. Just a gunner out of the back. Absolutely, Chris.
Bring that goalkeeper out, put the pressure on them. Let Midwest sit back and try to, prevent any damage out there. And if they can keep pressing, who knows, one goal at a time, Chicago might be able to get back into this. But as it looks right now, you got that Germany-Brazil scoreline from 2014 that everyone knows about.
Memorable. Speaking of goalkeepers, we do have Sergio Castillo in the game for Chicago House. They have switched the goalkeeper. He hasn't allowed a goal yet. And continues his clean sheet into the second half. Maybe this is the life that they need. Here's Chicago House taking a shot. And he misses that one. You can see the frustration. Oh, you know, Raphael Hernandez just says, I know if you would have passed that to me, I could have scored.
And the frustration's amplified by the scoreline out there. You know that Hernandez is trying to get back into this game and work with Gomez to try to really salvage something and get into it. That first goal is something, but they're going to need a heck of a lot more than that.
Fikret throws his hands up in frustration, but he's there practically unguarded for a moment, leaving the castle gates open. But now here's Chicago House. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can put together. A pass and move, a good sign to the start of this attack. Now playing to the center of the court. Pulling, turning, dancing. All sorts of hot moves coming out. I love when Vinny De Silva's on the ball.
In the middle. He was the sole man between 4 Midwest players out there. No support from his surrounding cast as we take a look.
I think that's our first foul here. And look at this, we're going to do a little...
generate that accumulative foul. And let's see
Absolutely.
if they can make some set plays. You know, you're down 7-1. This is exactly where you want to exploit and try some of those things that, you know, you had during training out there. Every team has at least a half dozen.
Absolutely. So the foul comes to nothing as Ismael Gomez sails the ball wide and away from the net. But Midwest United so far listening to my hot take to stay out of foul trouble, only just now picking up their first one. It's going to be a Midwest United kick. Poor communication there. Now here's Fikret on the ball. Dancing, deciding which way to go. Some quick passing and a shot opportunity. It's not happening there this time. This is Gio Garcia. They call him the Cannon, and you can see why. He sees daylight and he fires.
Beautiful right-footed shot, just missing the mark, but making a statement out there to keep the goalkeeper on his toes.
And these goalkeepers, they sure have been the story of the match. So far holding his own is Sergio Castillo. Jacob Chilinsky trying to get down the court. Seems to beat his man, but then can't maintain the ball. Now it's Gio Garcia going the other way. Casual, just flicks it forward. Fikret goes to work, digging the players out of a hole. That's Pedro Aguilan getting some time here for Midwest United. This is his first time playing. We saw him in the Akron summer event, but now getting some regular season time. Oh, and just when it starts to look like daylight, suddenly the blinds are closed.
That was an excellent effort out there on the right side of the flank to give an opportunity in Chicago. They can't be giving up those crucial goal-scoring opportunities.
Pedro Aguilan. Some action for him here. Pursuing. And another foul here called. Looks like it was against Midwest United again. Just, oh, look at that, just a push in the back. This is Chicago House now. Trying to find the player running down the sideline, but instead you've got Anthony Leon Garcia who scoops it, collects it. And Chris, did you see that there? Did the players connect? I didn't see why Lemus has gone down.
That looked like it took a little knock on the face. Sit there and make sure concussion protocols are followed. It's the safety of the players first and foremost here in the FCS. Looks like he's all right, but They're going to take their sweet time to make sure he is perfectly good and ready to get back in this one.
Highlighted here on your screen, you're looking at Marco Narvaez. He's had a fantastic game. 88% save percentage, only allowing 1 goal in. It's starting to get a little bit heated in here. The players are really going in hard on challenges. That's another Midwest United foul.
And the frustration building up for Chicago. It is certainly getting a little bit testy. So you see the collision out here. Not happy.
Look at Gio with his hands up. I watched that play. It looks like he did stuff the ball. But if you connect with the player too, the referee's just going to have a problem with that. And Gio, he's a full-grown man, He's 26 years old. He's playing against these players that are 17. They're going to bounce off of his body. He's had a few beers in his day. That's a nice shot there from Damian Sereno.
That was a valiant attempt out there from Sereno out there trying to get on the board.
Coach says Sereno can score from anywhere. That's what he believes.
Yeah, no, there's big potential out there for the winger from Graves Lake, Illinois.
Both teams wanting the ball. It's 7-1 here. All Midwest United all day. 11 minutes and 30 seconds for Chicago House to try to get this back together as Ficret takes it across the half. Raul Montañez has the shot, but it's out of bounds.
That's a great stop there by Castillo.
He's done well to keep them out of the net. Raul now open in front of goal. They find him. It's a goal! Raul Montañez!
Look at that, completely wide open. There's only one person in the entire goal area, and none of them are Chicago defenders. And you give an opportunity like that for someone with the quality that Raul Montañez possesses, and you're going to get penalized each and every single time.
And it's 8-0 here. Let's see if we can get our score bug updated. Here's Midwest United coming down the sideline. Ooh, just tripped up there. Another foul. This one going against Chicago House. The fouls are starting to rack up.
Yeah, we see a little shove off there, and then in this scenario, Gomez just getting the leg out and catching his man. Better to take the accumulative and let him go 1v1 on Castillo. As we've seen how many goals have gone in so far for Midwest, Chicago cannot afford to let in another one.
Agreed, nor can they afford to get into foul trouble. Not only to climb back into this game where they're going to have to be skilled, they also are going to have to be clean in their defensive efforts.
You can bet that first practice after this weekend is finished is going to be focused on defensive organization, because that first half was an absolute collapse of the Chicago House of Cards. And they have the speed, they have the athleticism, the kids have great potential. It's just they need to really put all the pieces together if they want to build an efficient flock.
In the game now is Damian Sereno as he's passed the ball. He can really be the brawn on this team, so I'm pleased that they've played him in. That's real clean! Back post! Goal! Chicago House climbing back into this one.
And that was a beautiful goal. That's exactly what this team needed. It all started from the scoop over there from the left defender, opened up the space, beautiful cross-court pass, 3 meters from inside the half, and a little tap in out there. Beautiful work by Chicago to get their second of the match.
Yes, look at the pass and move coming together for Chicago now. Tie up here with the players. I have to imagine that goes against Midwest.
And that's the kind of stuff you want to see, and you got to be happy if you're Gil Da Silva just for that particular play, and Ramon Hernandez finally saying, guys, that's exactly what we've been asking for you in training. That's what we want to see. And if they can get a couple more of those in here in the first half, it's certainly going to give them some confidence. Maybe not enough to get back into the game against this experienced Midwest side, but enough out there to build upon. We know it's a long season ahead, and Chicago have all the potential to make some damage here in the FCS.
That's back-to-back fouls for Midwest United. Could be trouble for them, but a second goal scored there. The 11th minute, Chicago House finds it. It's Ismael Gomez with just the clean deflection off of a powerful pass. And we've got a timeout here. Timeout Midwest United. They're going to go over, they're going to have a chat. We see what Hector has to say to the team.
What a great last name, eh? Fernandez, you gotta love that. So he's having a good time out here. Look how cool and calm he is with his team. No major demands, no major rush. Having a great start out here as Midwest, and Hector Fernandez's game plan has gone accordingly.
Gil da Silva having a chat with his boys. Seems amicable on their sideline. Hoping they can pull a few things together, this young team.
Yeah, and just halfway through the second half, a 6-goal cushion from Midwest. Not enough to always sit on your heels when you have a 6-goal lead, especially in a beautiful and fast action-paced sport like futsal is. But Chicago, a little bright spot with their second goal, was an absolutely beautiful one all the way from their back line. And now
That was a Midwest United timeout. But now they're here and underway.
Travel out there for sure.
Probably. I bet you they're telling the boys to calm on down.
I can just see Hector telling the guys, calma, calma, tranquilo, relax. We're up 6 goals, no need to pressure them. We know we're hungry, we know we're fighters, we know we want to add more onto the tally, but let's be cool, not get some cards, and let's just take the momentum, take the 3 points, and go home.
Felipe Marroquin shooting and flying past. Fresh subs coming on for Midwest United. Fikret Hasovic back in the game, a player to watch. Here he is, shielding the ball, keeping players off of him, creates space, faces up to the goal. Multiple players trying to dispossess him, can't. Lemus takes the shot. Now Chicago House ball. They're going to try to get down the sideline, but still they're kicking. The possession continues. Back to the goalkeeper, and now we're in trouble in the corner, and that looks like another foul.
Yeah, earlier we just saw the great work there that Hasovic had 2 defenders, smoked them both, and instead of being selfish out there, went in and laid off the pass. Could have been the 9th out there for Midwest. Can't say enough great things about Hasovic's play today.
Yeah, but we can say a few things about Hasovic's mouth, as it looks like he's picked up a yellow card. I'm sure having a word or two with the referee. By my count, that's 5 fouls for Midwest United. No, that was their 6th foul. We didn't quite have our count right. Look at this. Here's a shot from the 10-meter mark. So not quite a PK. The goalkeeper can come off his line.
And the question is if Marco's going to utilize the 5 meters he's allowed to come off that goal line, but instead opting for a little bit more time to react. He's had a great game so far. Let's see if he can prevent the 3rd Chicago goal.
Montañez strikes off the bar. The side of the goal rejects Chicago House again.
And it's just been that kind of a night for the Chicago House. Opportunities missed.
And look at this. A substitution in. It's Jose Vicario. He's a shot stopper. Maybe coach is thinking, well, with 5 fouls, I know my boys aren't going to stop playing tough. We're just going to have to deal with these 5th 6 foul direct free kicks. It's another foul against Chicago House. Referee having a conversation over on the sideline. Coach Ramon having none of it. A nice turn there. Raul Montañez. Ooh, lets it through his legs. Would have been cute, but now it just looks silly. Here's
Just
Midwest
trying to let
United.
the dummy go out there to find the far pass to the ala.
Ficret just going to work this game and draws a foul against him. The fouls are racking up with 8 minutes and 50 seconds.
And every foul here on in that Midwest United commit is going to result in that 10-meter PK spot.
Sure will.
They just be best to kill off the clock, maneuver the ball around the court, and force fouls from Chicago.
Lehman on the ball, and it's a goal! Midwest United increases their lead to 9.
Now that's what I call a cool, calm, collected finish. Great stuff out there. Bottom right corner. Excellent work by Alan Lamus.
He had a goal and an assist last game, and the goals just keep on coming for Midwest United. That's Marroquin getting a little bit more intense on the defense for Chicago House. I like to see that. Trying to slot the ball in. Isn't there. Oh, questionable clearance by the goalkeeper. Another questionable one. Just sends it out to nobody. Ficret says, yes, thank you very much. I'll take this. Soldelay possessing the ball in his own half. Pass and move. Here comes the attack from Midwest. 1, 2, 3 players are there. Oh, and the pass doesn't connect. Now Chicago House has an opportunity. They're going to play forward. And it fizzles. Gabriel Espino passing the ball in. Espino down the sideline. They can't get this one. Some conversation about the handball there. No, it's just going to be the kick in. All players getting forward in the Midwest attack. They're not taking off the gas. Lemus, goalkeeper. Wow. Sergio Castillo having to come out to make a play. Play's not over now. Action's still going. What did we just see? Yes! Fikret Hasevic. Why not, son? Goal, Midwest United!
If that's not the goal of the week, I have no clue what is. What a beautiful little touch. Look at this. A little roll up, not even looking at the net, and giving a flick with that right foot. Yeah, you have a lot to smile about, young man. Great work out there by the number 10, Fikret Hasevic.
He bags his hat trick in this game. Kiss the ring. I'm going to go sit on the bench. You boys take this one home. 7 minutes remaining in this match. Jose Vicario trying to come in and get his first save on the board. Not sure if they'll give him credit for that one or not, but it definitely sailed high. Vinny De Silva on the ball. Traveling down, he finds a right-footed shot. Vinny De Silva, he's been playing futsal since he's 9 years old. He's no foreigner to the game. Shot here. More side netting. Let's go back and take a look at that replay from the Fikret Hasevic goal. That was just saucy. What do you think of this, Chris?
Look at this. Roll up, flick. He's not even looking at the goal, and he just moves it. Look at this. Oh, again. I could watch that replay over and over again. Send that over to SportsCenter for their top 10 tonight.
Kind of reminds me of the players at the end of training, and they're flicking the balls into the ball bag, you know? He's just having a nice time with it.
He just makes it look easy out there. 2 goals in his opening game. Hat trick over here in the second. Early contender for a Golden Boot winner. I know it's that early. I don't need to talk about awards too much, but...
No, I think you're on, Chris. I think there's something there for Fikret this season. Really coming into his own.
It's that kind of swagger you need early on to get those full points out there and really make a statement of intent to the rest of the league. And hopefully right now, I think, what Chicago are going to need to do in order to gain some confidence and magic of their own is bring out that keeper. Come out and attack. Let's navigate the ball around the court, string a series of passes, rotate around, maybe put in a few goals and kind of, take some positives from this towards their second match.
Yes, what do you think, Chris? When are we going to see, if ever, the Chicago House goalkeeper come out and fly? Do you think they're confident enough? We've seen teams like Shoreline that are going to do this all day long, Midwest occasionally, Olay frequently. Is Chicago House a team that has this in their bag of tricks?
I mean, every team is going to need to have that in their bag of tricks. Every
I agree.
team worth their salt around the world has an allocated amount of time and practices throughout the week in which to work on that 5v4 situation out there. And maybe they're just not confident with their current keeper coming out. But as in futsal, you can take that goalkeeper out, put an attacker in there, and make sure that, you're maneuvering the ball to make it happen. Can they notch 8 goals in the last 5.5 minutes? I certainly wouldn't wager on it, but nevertheless, it's something, as that shot indicates, that they need to have more attacks on there, and the way to do that is to get those passes and to string together some confidence in those rotations so that they can absolutely capitalize and get some of those goals in there. And I'm surprised, frankly, that they haven't done it.
In the match against Olay in the summer series in the Lansing City Arena, we saw Chicago House go to the flying keeper, but it wasn't their keeper. They pennied a field player and just did our sub routine where we sub in the keeper in and out based on possession time. And I'm hoping we see that here today. That's a save from Jose Vicario, keeping his clean sheet. He'll want a clean sheet out of this if he can. So many saves so far in his career. Referees have to just get things just right here.
You can hear the crowd really making some noise here in Chicago. They're letting the referee have it. They're not liking that call one bit.
And that's our 5th foul against Chicago House.
Each team fouling out. Every foul here with 5 minutes remaining results in that 10-meter PK. Going to be an interesting 5 minutes remaining in the second.
What's interesting, Chris, is when I talked with the coaching staff for Chicago House, they said, well, we need to be calm. We need to relax. Don't rush with the ball. And I would agree with them. I think some of their shot opportunities are rushed. But I think at this point, I'd like to see a little more rush out of Chicago House.
Yeah, they got to take something out of this game, and that second goal was an absolute beauty. Full team effort out there, and if they can do it again and again, that'll just give these young kids the ability to know that they can bang with the experienced adults in this league.
Just a wild shot off the foot of Yera Montañez. Montañez here in his purple shoes, walking towards the sideline, hoping he'll get the corner kick. He does. Possession is opted for Midwest United. Trying to get down and forward, but it's picked off. No, back to Midwest ball. Now rolling, seeks his teammate. Smart not to go forward there. He is again.
Exploit the court. Look at it. Take the time. Draw your defenders in.
It's comfortable.
Midwest
It's clean.
No pressure whatsoever, and that's the smooth, calm experience.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's Manny Bedoya going to ground. You felt that on the back of his boot. Took a little roly-toly, boly-oly.
And we know exactly what that means. 6th foul means that ball's going to the 10-meter spot.
You betcha. Who do you think takes this one? Let's see. Oh, Montañez. Montañez seeking his first goal. His Nikes. Tiptoe, dancing, shooting. Low and in the goal! Midwest United knocks another one in. Calm, cool, collected, unfazed. Montañez with his first goal.
And that's just how it's been all night out here for Midwest. Making a statement right off the bat. Having a fantastic start to the season. This will be 3 points for them after their 6-6 draw against Shoreline in their opening match. A lot of positives to take from this particular game. And out there, they're just taking every opportunity they have to exploit this young Chicago side.
There was some questions after last week about Midwest United's ability to close out a game. But so far, I think those questions are answered as they are playing confidently through the entire match here today. And I think part of that is that their coach is with them today. I think that makes a difference, don't you, Chris?
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you're without, your orchestrator, you're without the captain of your ship, realistically, you can only expect so much out there. But we're seeing fantastic results from them all across, from all the way from their goalkeeper all the way through their attack, led by Hasevich. I mean, there's nothing but positive to take out today for Midwest United, and Hector Fernandez certainly has to be happy leaving this game.
On the sideline here is Vinny De Silva as he receives the pass. Trying to get back past Guillermo Montañez. Can't yet. Out of bounds. Now kicking in. Now seeking out the right pass. Trying to be more careful with the ball. No, they're not. They're still going to go for a shot from distance. Jose Vicario, the man is 6'4". He covers a lot of that goal. Here's Chicago House now trying to connect a couple passes. This is Chilinsky on the ball. Speaking of the Chilinsky twins, while we've got them on the court, they are just a wonderful addition to this team, and stuff like that doesn't come easy. We know that all teams are built like family. And that's what Coach from Chicago House said. This is our family. And there's a family member that we want to feature too. I'm sort of springing this on our commentary team. Okay, do we have that picture of Agnes Chilinsky? Not available yet as we see the ball go in the back of the net for another Midwest United goal.
Midwest are just laying the smackdown on Chicago. Getting their 12th out there. 18 goals so far from 2 games on the season. Fernandez is going to be very happy with the offensive output his team has strung together early on in the season.
Aguilan picks up his second one. Almost picks up a third. Fikret at center court. His pass doesn't connect. Fikret again. On the ball, moving forward. Tries his own version of Fikret's goal, but can't pop it over the goalkeeper. There's a powerful shot from range coming in from Ismael Gomez. He's shot there about 5 times this game, hasn't found it yet. Chilinsky receiving the corner, but can't connect in it in a meaningful way.
If there's been, one of the few bright spots that Chicago have had today, it certainly is the play of Ismael Gomez. Sometimes when he goes through the center, it hasn't bowled so well, but when he goes down the flanks, he has great speed and explosive first step that's been able to exploit the Midwest defense on occasion out there, and that'll be something that they can work with moving forward in the future games.
That's true, and he's got 2 of their goals. And it wouldn't be a Midwest United game without a couple conversations between players and the referees. Oh, and there it is. That's the Chilinsky twins and Agnes. Now, the FCS recognizes that all of our athletes do not appear out of thin air. They're nurtured, loved on, and brought up through sacrifices and hard work. And so tonight, we're honoring a super soccer mom, Agnes Chilinsky, mother of the Chicago House twins. How neat is that?
Well, you gotta love the Polish-American connection. A lot of Polish families in the Chicago area out there. I'm certainly hoping that next broadcast maybe Agnes can bring over some of those cabbage rolls or pierogies that everybody loves out here. And she's certainly probably utilizing that over the years to fuel Matt and Jacob, who have done a great job so far in making the Chicago roster and have a very bright future in the game.
Refusing to quit is Ficret as he bounces his way through players. Now here's Jacob trying to get past. And Anthony Leon Garcia maintains the possession for his team. Critical technical work, stuff that doesn't get on the stat sheet there from Leon Garcia, but manages to keep the ball. That's so important.
Leon utilizing that confidence and the great dribbling ability to really navigate that court and open up the space, drawing in that pressure from the Chicago pivot to see what can be done. But realistically, it's just that kind of masterful control and stewardship that's really been the story for Midwest success.
Now, I really haven't seen much of Luigi Marquez in this game. I don't know if he picked up an injury or what. I was really excited to see him play. I think that one hit the ceiling. The restart, it should be on the sideline. Yes, here we come now. Chilinsky now on the kick-in at the feet of our camera operator. A great job, our crew tonight. Just 30 seconds remain in this match. It's an 11-2 game, all Midwest, all day. Ficret still going to work, not quitting today.
You could certainly bet that drive home is going to be nice and easy for Midwest once they finish this weekend, knowing that they're going home with full points, a lot of positives to take. And realistically, Chicago are going to have to go back to the drawing board. This wasn't the start that they were hoping for this season.
Ficret doesn't quit. There's maybe less than a minute left in the game, and my man is still digging. And there's the final whistle. Don't go anywhere. We've got the post-game show, but the winner of tonight's game is Midwest United, 11 goals to Chicago House, 2 goals. We've been Chris and Rudy. We'll be right back.
Differ slightly. In fact, in all likelihood, it will differ slightly as we're controlling it here from our studio. But we're ticking down to the final moments. Shoreline City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's shielding off Hasevic's toe poke, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just prevent anything. Even if he gets pulled down, still gets the shot off. Wow. What just an intelligent play from Mendez to understand his body positioning and placement of the
Them have bad mistakes that give up goals. So essentially, as a game as a whole, you're playing down.
Welcome to the Pod Escape Room post-game show. The Pod Escape Room, entertainment that's good for you.
Welcome to the Pod post-game show. We just watched a great matchup between Midwest United and Chicago House, a domineering game by Midwest. Chris, what were your takeaways from
This performance by Midwest United was just absolute dominance from the opening whistle to the final whistle out there. Chicago really costing themselves early on. A lack of experience due to some of the younger kids on the team, but it's really just a lack of cohesion and experience together that really was kind of the downfall for their home opener. And Anthony Leon, this team's just getting their stride together out there in Midwest, really just exploited all the mistakes that Chicago made, and that was the tale of the match today.
I have to agree, Chris. It was great to see our Chicago House team come out in their first game. I see the technical skill out of this team. I'm expecting great things from them this season, and they're going to play another game. Oh, let's see, tomorrow? So tune in for that one as they take on Shoreline City. But thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's competition between Chicago House and Midwest United. To the viewers online and in person, thank you for your support of FCS Futsal. Be sure to subscribe to our FCS YouTube channel as we're on our climb to 500 subscribers. And you can catch more FCS action later this evening, where Lansing hosts Jinga in what certainly will be an electric matchup. I've been Rudy. Chris has been with us too. It's been our pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for a wonderful game. Peace to all, and good night.